Dynamite! Dynamite!
All right. Hey, how you guys doing? So we're gonna get into it. Let's clap it up for Just real quick, man. Justin, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. We appreciate everybody that came through. Drop some bombs to the people in the chat. You know, we just doing our damn thing. We had a good time, man. Justin, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you. We really do. So clap it up for Justin. Throw a heart. Throw another bomb in there for him. Throw one more. Another one. We love to see it. That's support right there. It's hard to find support out here. You feel me? It's hard to find support. So when you get it, you gotta show appreciation for it. And I know my topics, like my topics and the things I be going into, it ain't for the faint of heart. So like I definitely appreciate anybody that's willing to put up with me for that long. 2 hours putting up with me, that's a lot. I'm asking a lot. I need to figure out a way of paying these people because y'all really be coming out here holding it down. But let's not mix it out too much. Let's get into it, shall we? We got a little bit of a doozy here. I feel like I definitely want Eric for this conversation, but I don't have him, so we'll make do with what we got. But we'll just go ahead and get into it. We got 11 people watching. Hey, like, share, subscribe. My name is Heero. This is the Identity Booth. But let's get into it. Hey, how you doing? My name is Heero. This is the Identity Booth. You can find us on all major platforms such as YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Words Are Hard, TikTok, IG, Insta, Anchor, Spotify, podcast platforms. We're everywhere. Like we're like legit everywhere. So if you're interested in engaging with us, you're more than welcome. But today's topic, we're going to be talking about the discrepancy in education between men and women, and what the side effects of men not being educated in a society could be. There was a great article by a highly respected economic leftist individual. I think he'd be perfectly fine. His name's Scott Galloway. I love watching his videos on YouTube when I was not younger, but like I guess when it was like readily available to me. I really enjoyed watching his videos. They were so informative and gave me a lot of information about the stock market. He mostly talks about money. So let's get into it, shall we? And let's just hear him out. This is out of CNN.
Abandoning higher education in record numbers. Women make up nearly 60% of college students, with men at 40%. That's the largest gender gap in the history of American higher education, and it's getting wider. And it's basically a reversal of where things stood a half century ago. In the fall of 1970, men accounted for nearly 59% of U.S. college students, women 41%. Last year, American colleges enrolled 1.5 million fewer students than 5 years ago, and 71% of those who are gone are men. According to the Common App, in college applications for the most recent school year, women outpaced men 3.8 million to 2.8 million. So where have all the men gone, and why? And where's this headed? Joining me now to discuss is Scott Galloway, professor at the NYU Stern School of Business, the podcaster, the author of Post-Corona, From Crisis to Opportunity. Professor Galloway, are you seeing this manifest in the classroom? In other words, does this catch you by surprise?
Yeah, it doesn't catch me by surprise because it's been incremental, but absolutely you're seeing more women. And in some cases you walk into a class and it's kind of 2 to 1, but the numbers are even worse than you indicated, Michael, because men drop out at a greater rate over the next few years. For every one man that graduates from college, there's going to be 2 women. So this is becoming overwhelming. College is becoming the domain of women and not men.
So I've got 3 sons in their early 20s who are big Scott Galloway fans. It seems like you've been able to tap into. No, listen to me. It seems like you've been able to tap into this demo. So tell me, what's going on? What's driving this?
Simple. The products become more expensive, and it's not any better. We haven't, at our elite universities, we're so drunk on luxury, we haven't expanded enrollments. So it's like, well, I'm going to get rejected for something that I might have to pay a Mercedes price for a Hyundai. And also, quite frankly, the opportunities for men at that age are greater than they are for women. You can walk into a construction site in Florida, you can turn on an app, cop, fireman, trade job, which at the age of 18, if you can make $100 to $200 a day, that feels like real cabbage. So the opportunities are greater for men at that age, and it feels like, quite frankly, our role models, whether it's Donald Trump or Elon Musk, sort of disparage or have disdain for college grads. So anti-intellectualism, the product's gotten more expensive, and there are more opportunities for men at the age of 18.
You remind me that my brother said to my nephew when he was graduating from high school, I can buy you a backhoe or I can send you off for 4 years and it's your choice. And he thought about it. Let me give you a different explanation. This is from Doug Belkin in the Wall Street Journal. Put that up on the screen for Professor Galloway. Here's what he says. Social science researchers cite distractions and obstacles to education that weigh more on boys and young men, including video games, pornography, increased fatherlessness, and cases of overdiagnosis of boyhood restlessness and related medications. Is he on to something in that explanation?
Yeah, I think there's some truth to that, but quite frankly, the flip side of that is young girls, 7 of 10 valedictorians are girls, are showing more discipline around not engaging in distracting behavior. You know, that your comment you made about a hoe, I don't know about you, I was offered a Trans Am if I didn't go to college. My father, and I thought about it. I like the idea of me in a T-top Trans Am. But here's the problem, Michael. What we don't talk about is the existential threat this presents to society. We talk a lot about income inequality. We have mating inequality in this country. 2 and 3 relationships start on Tinder, 50 men, 50 women, 46 women show all their attention to just 4 men. And what do those 4 women have? They signal success with a college degree. So you're going to have the most dangerous person in the world is a broke and a lone male. And we are producing too many of them. The mating inequality that's going to come out of this dearth of men in college poses an existential risk to our economy and our society.
There was a book that came out a couple of years ago called...
I think that's a very interesting statement because especially you think about these mass shootings, these are broke, lonely, ostracized individuals. And I'm not painting them in a positive light or anything. Simply, they're fucking ridiculous animals, savages at best. But talking about the education gap and how... Basically, there's some truth to that. I have a boo now. I have a girlfriend now, so I don't have any of those dating apps anymore. But when I had those dating apps, I did notice an increase in women who paid me attention, were more educated, were more available, and had a little bit more money on them because of their education availabilities. Like being able to say like you were being courted by a lawyer or a doctor is one thing, but you know, able to say you were courted by the girl with the fattest ass. Fat asses don't pay bills unless they're on OnlyFans, and they ain't on OnlyFans for me. So there's a question definitely there to be desired. If like the vast majority, because I don't. This is why I want Eric on this for this show, because he makes a point, I believe, and I might be messing this up, that a group of women only want a certain percentage of men would be his argument. They're looking for like 4 types of men. So this kind of does fall into Eric's argument. Eric's argument would be that a vast majority of women are looking for 4% of men. And the 4% of men are like 6 feet tall, college educated, and have certain attributes about them that make them desirable by women. And these attributes, the ones that you're born with, you can't help. Being 6 feet tall, that's a genetic thing. You can't help that. But being college educated is something that you can help. As a person who's gone to college not once, not twice, but 3 motherfucking times, and almost went for a 4th and didn't finish, basically. Like, I've been there too long. I've come to terms with the fact that college was the only way for me. College is the only way that I make the friends that I have. College is the only way that I know Justin right now. College is the only way that I'm talking to you right now. College is the only reason why I'm able to comfortably work a comfy job and come home and talk on the internet and air my grievances on the podcast. These are things that I get to do because of my education. I don't feel beholden to anybody or anyone at any given time because I'm college educated, and I literally got a job offer yesterday making $3,000 a week remote working from home, and I had to turn it down because, I like what I'm doing right now. But I have options, and it's nice to know that I have these options, and my options will continue to grow with me because of my ability to be versatile in a society. Now, when I say go to college, does that mean go out and get an arts degree? You guys can see my drawings up here. You don't need a degree to tell you if you're good at drawing or not. Art is subjective. A banana sold for like $2 million. A banana taped to a wall sold for like $2 million, and then the person immediately bought it and ate the banana. Art is subjective. Do you need a degree to be a fucking scientist? Yeah. You need a lot of degrees, motherfucker. You need a lot of degrees. But I think people will woefully walk into college not really having an interest. And I think this isn't so much a discussion about college men being unprepared. I think it's a question about college men not understanding their purpose in society. Your purpose in society as a man is to drive it forward. Whatever you are doing should be used with the capacity and the mindset to drive the society forward. From a medical stance, from a physical stance, from a social stance, from an intellectual stance, from a prodigy stance, from any stance you want to go on. Music, anything and everything. This is a man's world. It's driven that way. So anything I do and anything I put forward has to be put forward with the idea of driving society forward. And then a lot of people are like, well, women can drive society forward. Absolutely. Absolutely. No one's arguing that. But ideally, what we've seen in the past and the greatest advancements we've seen, barring a few, and this is not even me sugarcoating the fact that, a vast majority of men hindered women from helping out. But us as a unit working together, I think there is an opportunity for us to move forward. But I think what we're seeing is just really the culling of dumb people. Because these dumb people are dangerous, and not dangerous from a physical standpoint as much as Scott Galloway is talking about here, which he makes a great point. But they're dangerous from the stance that they could elect. There's enough of these dumb people to elect President Trump into office when the smart people are sleeping. It forces people like me to stay alert full time. And I have a funny feeling that their fatigue will definitely outlast my fatigue. And that's something, and that is truly something to be concerned about. Because when it's all said and done, we ultimately want to be able to say we have an answer for the situation that we're in right now. But, I mean, that's just my opinions. I'm interested to know what you guys think of this. Like, what do you think is going to take to get men back into school? And what do you think is going to take to bring men back into society in a positive light where they're not being ostracized or don't feel underdeveloped or overwhelmed with the expectations of society? I think it's a cop-out to say pornography is an issue. I think it's a cop-out to say video games because women watch porn and play video games too, but they're still doing okay. So anything like that, I think women are just more focused on being successful in lines of work and fields of work that will make them money. It's a hustler move. Gotta understand it. But you can find me on all these.
We can catch the vibes, but it's so hard to find through the daily grind. Been working overtime, and I'm sleep deprived. Shorty on my line and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night.